What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about the type of car guy that you never want to be. Because if you're this type of car guy, all you're going to do is bring hate to the community. You're going to get car events shut down and you're going to lose a lot of friends. So first of all, the thing that we need to talk about is people that think that your car needs to be fast to be fun. And sure, having 500 plus horsepower is amazing. It's fun to have on the road, but any more than that, it's kind of dumb. Like on the main roads, on the public roads, you really just can't use it all that much unless you're just racing people all the time. Fast is kind of like a relative term, right? Because a car can have maybe like 200 to 300 horsepower, be a manual transmission, and be very light. An example would be the Alfa Romeo 4C. That car weighs like 2,500 pounds, which is pretty crazy, but it only has around 200 horsepower. And because it is so light and has a decent amount of power, you can have a lot of fun with this car. And the 0 to 60 time is like 4.4 seconds, which is plenty of fun, especially if you're trying to beat most cars off of the line and even take it up to the mountains. And everyone isn't all about performance. You know, I got this car, I have a 2015 Lexus RCF. I didn't buy this car because I wanted to be the fastest in the world. I bought the car because it looks good, has a lot of high quality parts, it's super reliable because Lexus is made by Toyota, and it has a naturally aspirated V8, which makes 472 horsepower, which is plenty. And if you wanted to get performance out of this car, it's really going to be hard to do that because F cars in general aren't known for their performance. And when you want to get a lot of power out of them, it's going to cost a lot of money. That's opposed to people that love German cars, let's say a BMW or AMG. You can get a lot of power out of those cars because a lot of their models are turboed. So they can take a lot of power from the factory, and it doesn't take that many modifications to get 500 or even 600 plus horsepower. Another thing for me too is, of course, I like speed, but at the same time, sound is a really big thing for me as well. And this can be a relative term for a lot of other people too. So I don't recommend just hating on somebody's car because it doesn't sound good to you. Now, secondly, we have people that actually have fast cars. I'm talking like 500, 600, 700 plus horsepower, even pushing 1,000 horsepower. If you're the type of guy that has a really fast car, you should not be talking down on everyone else, because I have seen it time and time again. People's fast cars are their entire personality. Like that's all they care about. And if somebody wanted to test them or, you know, talks bad about their build, they're like, run it, man. Let's go race. Let's go on the highway and do a 40 roll. Like for me personally, I don't race anybody. Like if you ask me to race, I probably won't, unless I'm already driving and there isn't that much traffic around. But people try to build up their ego so much and base it all on their car. That is just so weird to me. Like your car does not represent who you are, and we get it. Like you have a very fast car, you can do burnouts with it. And I've noticed a lot of dudes that have Hellcats or Mopars in general seem to have this attitude. Like we get it, man. You have a fast car, it looks great, but we are not here to rub your ego. And I mean, I get it. A lot of people that get into the car scene want to have something fast, or they want to build something fast. But you don't have to talk down on other people that have slower builds or the base model of your car. As funny as it is to make jokes, in all seriousness, it does not matter. Now coming in at number 3, and this is another big one that has gotten a lot of people into trouble and ruined it for many other people, and that's doing burnouts and donuts at sanctioned events. Most of you guys probably know an event that is scheduled every single month, and they don't tolerate any hood rat activities. So when people start egging people on, telling them to do burnouts, rev it, you have to understand that those spots, people will get permission to be there. And when you're destroying and vandalizing their property by doing burnouts and donuts in it, they now have to clean that up off the pavement, and you're ruining the look of the business. If you want to do all this crazy stuff, I recommend that you find an empty parking lot or take it to the track or an actual event that is meant to do these things. Because it is sad at the end of the day, a lot of really good events get shut down because people cannot control themselves and they end up hurting themselves or other people. So having self-control, especially if you have a fast car, is very important. Next on number 4, this is something that too many people try to do because of all these different YouTubers and TikTokers, and that's running from the police. As cool as this seems, as cool as it sounds, you know, you can do it in the Need for Speed games, it is not worth it at the end of the day. If you know you messed up and the police are right behind you, do yourself a favor and take the hit. Because you have to understand that even though you get pulled over, even though you get a ticket, you can still fight the ticket by hiring a lawyer. And they can actually help you get the ticket dropped or at least lower it. Because I can tell you this, if you're going to run from the police, they have helicopters, they have a radio, and it's going to be very hard to do this, especially if you don't have a fast car or know the area well. And you also have to understand that they probably already got your plate, and they can also access cameras everywhere. Now, I'm not trying to be that guy that's like, oh, well, you're lame, you know, you just suck up to the police. I'm just trying to help you guys out so you don't have to worry about getting your license suspended, your car impounded, and you potentially going to jail. So if you know you messed up, just pull over, take the ticket, and if you're honest with the cop, they can actually just let you off with a warning, even if you did something stupid. Next at number 5, we have another big one, and that is hating on all types of car guys. events. There are people out there that love to go to these car events and just crap on every single car that they see, whether it's the paint job, people's wheels, their tires, what car they bought, what they look like, or what exhaust that they're running. You have to understand that every day people are getting into the car scene. They're completely new to it. They don't know what's good to get. They don't really know how to work on their car. They're just doing what they think looks good on their car. And there is a lot of shade towards people that have like Hondas, Corollas, or any four-banger car in general, which I mean, they don't sound the best. They don't really look the best in my opinion, but at the same time, people like what they like, and people can say the exact same thing about me and the car choices that I have made. A lot of things in the car scene are pretty subjective, which is why there's individual car scenes. There's people that love Mustangs, that love BMWs, AMGs, Porsches. We all have our different preferences. So the hate really doesn't make any sense. I think it does come from people's own insecurities, but who knows? Now going on to number 6, a lot of people think this is that if you don't work on your car, you are not a car guy. I can tell you from a little bit of experience, working on your car can be a pain in the butt, especially if you don't have a lot of patience and a lot of time. I'm the type of guy where if it takes more than 3+ hours to work on something for my car, I'm just going to pay someone else to do it. And sure, obviously this can take a lot of money, especially if you're doing this a lot. So I do understand people that want to work on their own car just to save money. But a lot of people have a tight schedule, and time is money at the end of the day. So if you can simply just drop your car off and the work is done the next day, just give them some money, hey, more power to you. It makes your life a lot easier. And also, if you're not that experienced on working on cars, giving it to a professional is a lot better idea, because there are some jobs with your motor where if you mess this up, your car is done for. It does also help if you have a lift in your house, which I'm sure most of you guys probably don't because they are pretty expensive. But hey, if you can get one installed, it's a really good investment. And lastly, at number 7, we have people that love to show off their car at every chance that they get. And this is especially a curse for people that have just got their car or just got their very first fast car. So they're always taking off at every single light. They're trying to race any other car that looks decently fast. And this is one of the worst things that you can do because you become very careless. And the more chances that you take in doing stupid things in traffic, like bobbing and weaving, doing burnouts, higher chance that you can either total your car or get pulled over. An example would be when I got my 2008 Lexus IS350 and I was acting stupid. I was flooring it, annoying my neighbors because I had never had 300 horsepower before. So as you can imagine, somebody that was early in their 20s or even like a teenager getting 300 horsepower, that's like a time bomb waiting to happen. You simply have to understand that people don't care about your car as much as you think that they do. They're just carrying on with their lives. Unless they're a real car guy and they know exactly what car you're driving, most people just think of you as an idiot if you're driving crazy. But other than that, those are the top 7 things that no car guy should be. If you think I left something out, be sure to put it down in the comment section. Be sure to like this video and subscribe, and also let me know on the types of videos that you guys want to see next. But with that, I will see you in the next one. Peace out.